You know, every single one of us will face giants in our lives. Now, he may not be 10 feet tall, but he may feel and look taller than that to you. Now, what are your giants? I mean, think about it. What are your giants? Well, your giant could be an addiction. Your giant could be alcoholism or pornography or drugs or your finances or relationships. I don't know what your giants are. Before you can be great, before you can ever be a leader, before you can do something awesome, you've got to be willing to serve. Man, I know a lot of people, they want to be great, they want to be leaders, they want to be the big dog, and yet they are too good to serve. You'll never be the big dog. You'll never be great in the eyes of God. You'll never be able to do anything great for God until you're, first of all, willing to serve. I want you to understand, Pastor, I really thought that I would be further along than I am right now. Can I just be really nice and say, shut up. Guys, listen, God uses the process in our life to get us to the promise. You are where you are because it is God's design for you to be where you are right now. Don't give up. Keep on serving. Keep on loving. Keep on living. Keep on doing what God has called you to do. And one day, those doors are going to spread wide open. And when they do, then you have enough faith and courage and boldness in Christ to walk through them. Guys, we've got to make, I don't know what your giant is, but you got to make a decision today. I'm tired of this thing taking my life and ruling my life. I'm tired of this addiction. I'm tired of this pain. I'm tired of being in financial ruins. I'm tired. Well, you got to make a decision. There comes a time, like Jesus did in the Garden of Gethsemane, you got to kneel before God and say, God, it's worth it. I am going to fight. Listen to me. We can't win this battle by ourselves, but greater is he who is in the child of God than he that's in the world. God always uses your abilities and your past circumstances. Listen, sometimes we need to stop belly aching. I don't understand why I had to go through that. God, why me? Why me, God? Why me? Why couldn't I have been raised by been a pastor's kid or a devoted Christian man and wife's kid? Why did I have to be raised like I was raised? Why did I have to be go through all this stuff? Maybe you were abused. I don't know. Maybe physically, mentally, or even sexually. Why, God, why? Can I tell you something? Let me tell you why. Because if you'll just grow through this thing, there's going to be people that you can reach and you can minister to that I never, ever will be able to. Guys, listen, when you attack the giant, that means, what I'm saying is when you attack it, you make a decision and you decide, I'm going after this thing. It's not going to ruin my life. It's not going to kill me. I'm going to kill it. And then when you finish it off, you know what that means? That means that you got to clear yourself out. Listen, if you got to drink it, if you've been a drunk, an alcoholic, and you've been addicted to alcohol, guess what? Don't go hang out around alcohol. Don't be dumb. David is addicted to peanut butter chocolate chip cookies. So if David wants to win this battle, he can't go nowhere where there's peanut butter chocolate chip cookies. Well, I'm just not going to use my credit cards anymore. Okay, well, that's a good way to attack it. But what I'm saying is, what you need to do, you got to finish it off. And the way you finish it off is you get away from the temptation. And then what you do is you take your credit cards and you chop them up. You know why some of you, listen, you're back and forth and you're living for God one minute and the next minute you're not, and you're outside of the will of God, and you come to church and you boo-hoo and cry and get under conviction and fall on your face before God. Oh, God, I'm sorry. And then the next thing you know, 3 months later, you're walking in the world again, in the flesh again. Let me tell you why. I'll tell you why. Because most people who do that have gotten back in with the wrong relationships. Listen, friend, we're going to fight battles the rest of our lives, but you don't have to keep fighting the same one over and over and over again. Cut his head off. One of those steps is you've got to stand your ground. God, I'm not going to do this anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. I admit it. It's wrong. It's not somebody else's problem. It's not somebody else's fault. It's my fault. It's my sin. It's my giant. And then, God, I'm going to cut its head off. I'm going to free myself from being in a position where I can give into it again and again